Welcome everybody, my name is Josh Rivers, and today I'll be recapping RuPaul's Drag Race Season 10, Episode 2, PharmaRusical. Did you catch that I almost said Season 2, Episode 10? It's one of those days. And we are still doing it live. I understand that some people aren't feeling the live recaps. I get it. I'm raw and uncut, and some of you just can't handle it. And whenever there's a weird, awkward pause, which by the way is just how I talk, all I say is words and then I stop mid-sentence. And I get it, you want, like whenever I stop and whenever I pause, the only thing there is to hear is the weird, pure thoughts in your own head. And you want to be blessed and showered with the sweet, serene sounds of the right and correct opinions of yours truly. But those are going to happen. Because that's just how I am. So let's just get into the episode. So right off the bat, we're continuing with the Cracker and Aquaria drama, which is, by the way, it's a one-sided fight. There's like nothing with Cracker. Cracker doesn't even know this fight's happening. Like, Cracker has no idea this is actually happening to her, and then all of a sudden it just happens. And it's all Aquaria's fault because she's the one that brings it up. She's the one that talks about it. And then when she is confronted about it, she acts like nothing happened. She acts like it doesn't bother her when it clearly bothers her. And here's the hypocrisy of it all, is that Aquaria has been stealing from me for years. Breathing, I've been doing that since middle school. And watch her breathe on TV. She took that from me. See how that's as equally as ridiculous as her claims? But the funny thing is, Cracker she didn't admit that she did do it, but she did admit that Aquaria did teach her things. That she took some things that Aquaria did for her and kept doing them. But that's not stealing like Aquaria's claiming. That's just straight up, you taught her something and she continued to do it. So it's a one-sided fight. That doesn't mean much. The other thing that happened was Miss Cracker's read. So Miss Cracker said, but I did a look that I know for a fact she's never done. It's called Being on Top. And I saw a lot of people act as if like that was the best read that's ever happened in their entire life. And it's like, I mean, it was fine. It was cute, but people were acting like that destroyed Aquaria. And I was like, I mean, it's cute. It's not. It's fine, but it doesn't mean much, to be honest. It's one episode. But yeah, the other thing was Vixen calling her out, which I lived for. Because Vixen is like ready just to fight anyone, which is she was ready to call out Aquaria for saying the shit that she said and not owning up to it, but she never really talked about how she was also in that conversation, and also she was talking shit on Cracker too, talking shit on information that she just went along with and then later realized maybe it wasn't true. Like, it was good, like she was good, but she didn't really see the full scope of what was happening. Surprisingly, with this piece of paper, I feel like if it were any other moment, I would have found this piece of paper fucking stupid and fucking ridiculous. But for some reason, her holding up the paper covering her face with the Vixen will fight you, I thought was cunt. I thought it was so good. I want that piece of paper framed on my wall. Because for some reason, I don't know why, because in any other moment, it would have like just been idiotic. But here, it's really good. And this is something that I didn't say last week because I didn't write notes. This week I wrote notes. Doesn't mean this is going to be any better. Trust. But I will never trust anyone in a velveteen turtleneck. Because who wears a velveteen turtleneck? Okay, let's talk about this fucking mini challenge, because I get really uncomfortable with these dance challenges. Like, really uncomfortable with these dance challenges. It's not cringy, it's like secondhand embarrassment that I get from these, because I feel like no one's good in these mini challenges. Like, no one. Like, even the people that win, which is always questionable and it really could be anyone, I always find like they're really bad. Like I didn't realize how much I didn't like mini challenges before, but I don't like them. Like no one does good. And yeah, like the song was not good, but also this, like, it's very clear that the people dancing aren't dancing to that part of the song you're listening to. So it's like nothing is matching up. They're just kind of dancing to whatever's happening around them. It was bad. It ended with Asia and Vixen winning, which I guess was fine. I thought Ms. Cracker was actually noteworthy. I mean, Asia and Vixen stood out too, comparatively to the rest. But it's a mini challenge. Who fucking cares? I didn't think it really mattered at the end of the day. Okay, this wasn't brought up much, but I guess I should just talk about it here. I always get really annoyed when people are picked last and it becomes a thing of the episode. Like, I was picked at last. That somewhat didn't happen with Eureka, except for it turned into something later with her insecurities. But right then, right there, it wasn't that big of a deal. But I always get super annoyed because I was the kid that was picked last all the fucking time. Everywhere, all the time. I'd be that motherfucker at the wall playing dodgeball, and I would be one of the last people to get out because no one would throw at me because I was a non-target, because I was nowhere near getting hit. But I don't know. I don't know why being picked last is so bad. Like, someone has to get picked last. It's not there to make you feel bad. It's not there because it's just someone's gonna get picked last. Yeah, it's just no, it's just, who fucking cares if you're picked last? If you're picked last, just you're last. It's not that big of a deal. Oh, Alyssa. I love Alyssa. So Alyssa was really good. I don't really talk about these moments much, but Alyssa was really good. It's just one thing about her criticism, though. She told basically every girl, basically, to like step it up and like make it bigger. And while it worked for a lot of them because it needed to happen, some of them took it a little too far, and we'll go into the challenge next. But some of them took it a little too far, and it some of them looked like Muppets, is basically what I'm trying to say. Some of them look like they're not real. I think they over-exaggerated a bit, but we'll get into that next. So let's talk about this fucking challenge. The Ru Collabs PharmaRusical musical challenge. This challenge, on paper, is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard. It is, there is no reason for this challenge to exist. It is ridiculous. It has it's not parodying anything. But at the same time, it was probably the most inspired musical challenge I've seen that actually showed some sort of creativity. And I was amazed. I was like, this is weirdly different than all the rest of them, but it actually has a spark of something. I don't know. I don't think it was the best by any means of the musical challenges, but it was something that really, it showed that the writers cared about being funny and campy and having energy. It's just, I don't know, there was something about it that just hit me right that I can't explain, because it should be horrible, and it wasn't horrible. Everything about this should be horrible. But if you want to talk about horrible, let's talk about my screenshots. Because I don't know what the fuck happened to the video I downloaded, but it was corrupt as fuck, and it really it fucked over some screenshots. So this is the one screenshot I had of Monique Hart's performance. Let's take a look. Yeah, I'm sorry, girl. I'm so sorry that they did this to you. Girl, I'm so sorry. Okay, but Monique's performance, I found Monique, yeah. I found Monique, she was a really good dancer and could perform. Her lip syncing was off. Her lip syncing was really, really off at times. Like, sometimes it was decent, but for the most part, it was bad. It was not good. But she did turn it when she was there. Eureka, I tend to have, like, I tend to give a bit of a pass for those that are in the spoken word. Like, they have to do the spoken word parts because that's way harder. That is way more difficult than singing a song with rhythm, you know, with rhythm and having something to cue you in, but there's nothing there. But then you realize quickly she has dance movements that go along with her spoken word, and it's like, oh no, those are off beat too. Those aren't even working. So she straight up didn't know the words. Like, it's one thing if you knew the words, but you didn't know when to come in. Because I think Monet Exchange did the exact same thing, but she kind of caught into it. Eureka didn't know the fucking words at all. It was gone. There was nothing there that she remembered. Even in the rap part of her song, she didn't know the words. It was gone for her. And I did feel bad, but at the same time, she should have known her words. She was insecure the entire time. It's like, you have to show up, and she kind of didn't. Calorie, this is the best screenshot of Calorie I got. She's behind the other queens the entire song. It's her part. It's one thing if it's, you know, someone else's part and she's in the background. It's her part and you can't see her at all. There's not a single part where she's the main focus. So that's a problem because there's nothing to go off of. I don't know if you did good. I don't know if you did bad. Like, I love her, but she's not doing anything here at all. Dusty was really good. Dusty did really good here. She didn't do anything to wow me. Like, there wasn't a particular part of the song that was like, this is the moment. This is the moment where she turned it. But she did really good. Her lip sync was really tight. For the most part, there was a little bit of trouble in the middle. But it was good. She did good. Yua also did really funny. Yua was really funny. And I'm surprised how much I like her. Because I really did think I was going to hate her for the majority of the competition. Like, legitimately thought I was going to dislike her. And she's turned that for me. I love her so much. And she was really funny, really over energetic. Not too much though, not the Muppet way like I was explaining. But I don't know, from her Meet the Queens, I was really expecting her to be trying to be funny and not ending up being funny, but I don't know, she got it from me, which I would say is no small feat, but I like everybody at the end of the day. Oops, wrong one. Sorry. Asia's character was really interesting because she didn't have a particular part that was hers like everyone else. She was sprinkled in throughout the entirety of the song, and it's a bit weird because she was the team captain, so she assigned the parts. I'm thinking she wanted to be there throughout the entirety, but she didn't really have that defined moment for her because she was everywhere. And it was good. Like, she did really, really good. I don't like those contacts either. But she did really well in her performance. It's just there was no defining moment for her because there was no defining part for her. She didn't have a particular part where she did a particular thing. And lastly is Aquaria. What did I have written about Aquaria? Okay, Aquaria's critique mainly was that she didn't have her character, and she had the old lady character, was not really representing that. And I just want to say, I think that's really unfair because out of everybody, she had a character to play. When you really look at it, no one else had a character. Everyone else was just kind of a queen doing movements, like doing a song. Aquaria actually had to play an old lady. And I don't know, I just don't think it's fair for her to get that critique when everyone else had to do, you know, just themselves. Like, even the one that I would compare it on the other team is Blair, who had the fairy godmother. She was just Blair with wings. It was like, I don't think it's really fair to compare what Aquaria did to the other queens because no one else had that kind of character. But what Aquaria did was really good. She did really good. Like, that split was really good. And yeah, her movements wasn't old lady. It was like older woman. But still, I think it works. I think it worked really well. Like, I don't understand why she was getting such harsh critiques about her performance because I thought she did really good. And overall, this team had some flubs. Like, I get why later they are in the bottom two. I mean, they were the losing team. Because they had some hardcore flubs. So we'll go into Team Vixen with Vixen herself. She did well. She did well, and her entire thing was that she was angry and wanted to fight people, which completely works for Vixen. I mean, there was perfect casting. Like, she put herself in the right role. But she wasn't the most memorable person, in my opinion. Well, in fact, I don't think a lot of people on this team were memorable, to be honest. I'm so gassy right now, sorry you guys. Yeah, but I don't know what else to say about Vixen. Like, she did fine. She did well. She popped in and out when it was her parts, but I don't think she really did that. So now let's get into Cameron. Cameron, you guys really like Cameron. I did not expect that. Because, you know that Muppet I said earlier? The main one I'm thinking about is Cameron. Cameron did a little too much to me. For me. Cameron did a little too much for me. God, I'm a mush mouth. And not that she did bad. She didn't do bad. I don't think anyone on this team did bad. But she was just like, I get it. She was over the top and she was fun. I just think it was a little too much for me. I don't think, and that's fair. You guys can like it. You guys can enjoy it. I just wasn't here for it in my own ways. She did have the funniest part. That is true, 100%. And I think she used it off for what it was worth. Then we have Blair. I really liked Blair's performance. I thought it was really, really good. She wasn't wobbly like I thought she was. Her lip sync was pretty tight. My favorite part was when she had to do the caulk part. C-A-U-L-K. And yeah, I was expecting her to do way worse. Because it was kind of built up that she was a musical theater queen. And she sold it for me. She killed it, in my opinion. In all honesty, I probably would pick her as my favorite, more than likely. Cracker. What do I have? I really don't have much written for Cracker at all. She was kind of really forgettable. Surprisingly, right? Because I was expecting a lot from her, especially considering her skills last episode. It just really didn't go anywhere. So it's not like she did bad, but she was just not really seen much comparatively. So it's hard to judge, really, especially considering that like there were a lot more people that stood out. And lastly was Mayhem, who I thought killed it. I thought she sold this part. I mean, she was alone on stage for a lot of her song, and it just really worked. Like, she knew how to sell that. Oh, wait. Oh, fuck. I forgot Monet. Wait, here. I think it's the next one. Yeah, Monet. Monet had the same problem. Monet also had a lot of, like, spoken dialogue, and she flubbed it at the beginning and then caught it at the end. It was fine, but a little stumbly. I love this screenshot. There's a specific reason why I took this screenshot. But because this was a really funny moment. But she did fine. And this is what I'm saying about the Eureka moment. It's like, if it was simple as just she like flubbed the lines, she would have caught up to it like Monet did, and Eureka didn't. So that's why Monet did better. So let's talk about the runway. The runway category is best drag, and I really love the best drag category because usually it's supposed to be a big showcase of a lot of different styles. We didn't really get that, unfortunately. None of the queens look bad. Well, I guess we'll get there when we get there. Oops. Let's start with Asia, who looked really gorgeous. She looks really, really good. I would say I was expecting more of a bigger, grander, conceptual look, because that's what I think of when I think of Asia. Not this. This is not her best drag. She looks so good here. I need some water. Sorry, guys. She looks so good here. But there's something about Asia that it feels like she's kind of holding back on like the bigger, grander things that I expect her to do. And it's just not what she's doing here. And this is just not her best drag. Next is Yua, and this is cute. It's really cute, actually. I do like it, but it's so like they say, it's a lot of these bodysuits. We see a lot of them, and the thing is, a lot of the queens in the challenge wore bodysuits. It's like, how many bodysuits can we see in a single episode? It's fine, it looks good, but it's also upsetting that she said that she had something else and she wore this instead. And like, there were so many bodysuits that the thing that gagged us, well, not gagged, but the thing that got us excited was a studded, stoned sports jacket. Like, that's the thing that got us excited with Dusty Ray Bottoms. And not saying this is a bad look. I mean, it's a really good look. It looks really good on her. One thing I cannot with, though, is, can she stop calling herself a clown? I don't want Dusty to refer to herself as a clown unless she wears a red fucking nose. Because this is a good look. Like, this is a good look, but there's nothing clown about it besides a mismatched pattern. Like, great, you're wearing a mismatched pattern. It's cool. I like it. This is a clean look, and it's very, you know, precise. It's a precise, clean look. Like, everything is supposed to be what's there, even the messy elements of it. Ooh, but do not call yourself a clown, because I am not here for that. But this is a really good look, and I was really happy to see it. Next is Monique, and I love this monster look. Again, a lot of the exact same things we see on the runway, but I like the concept of it. I think it's really, really cute. I don't know, I was expecting something more. And then she takes it off, and she leaves the eyes on. I love both of these looks, but she kept the eyes on, and it would have been, I don't know, I thought she was gonna have something underneath the eyes, and it just never got the reveal. It just seems like a disjointed outfit, because I love that pop art look, but then you needed a pop art headpiece to go along with it, and I was expecting that like underneath the eyeballs or something, and it wasn't there. So it was, yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's underwhelming. And then we have Calorie Kardashian. It's a really cute look, but this is the best drag runway, and this is what you're wearing? Like, she could have easily worn this during the challenge, and I don't think most people would have noticed. Like, she looks so good though. Like, she does look good, but it's not the category. It's not best drag. And one thing else I'm really tired of her saying is big girl, that she wears what big girls shouldn't be wearing. And I don't know, when she says that, it sounds like she's acting as if big girls aren't wearing the clothing she's wearing before. And I don't know, that just really, that annoys me. That really annoys me, because it's not like we haven't seen big girls wear this shit before. We've seen it all before. She's not doing anything like that out of line for big girls. Like, yes, she looks good, but it's just not doing it for me. Especially for best drag. Next is, oops, I keep clicking goes the opposite direction. Next is Eureka, and I love a sequin, a mermaid reversible sequin. That's like my favorite thing in the world. When I discovered that was the happiest day for this little gay boy. But I do not like these colors. I do not like that pattern. Like, if it was black and silver without the stones, you know, nude illusion aspects of it, I would have been fine with it. But I don't know, I don't mind the bodysuit. I don't mind that she's wearing a bodysuit. What I mind is the actual pattern and colors. And again, she has worn these big concepts before that really work for her. And this isn't her best drag either. It's like, it's the category. If this was like your middle of the road drag, I think I would have been fine with this look. But because it's best drag, it's definitely not. Like, we've seen her in better looks. We have seen her in better looks. It's disappointing. It's really disappointing. Next is, oh my god, this look. Ooh, she looks so good. I love this look. I love everything. I have nothing wrong to say about this look. I love every single aspect of it. I can't with it. There's really nothing bad to say. Everything about this is correct. And I mean, the one thing I would say is like the hair on top. Is it a headband? Actually, I didn't even look at it strong enough to know if it's a headband. You know, the little ear things that look like ears. That's weird to me, but I'm really here for it. Besides that, it's everything. I love the fact that she didn't wear a bra. I love the fact that it's super androgynous. It's just a good look. And then we have Vixen, who there's been a lot of fire inspired looks before. This one's probably one of my favorites of that. The one thing I would add is some orange to the hair, because red hair to me doesn't scream fire. If there was like some orange bits in the hair to make it into fire, I would have been fine. But I do like this. I do like it a lot. I don't think it's the best, but I really do enjoy it. Oh, and the back of it, I wish the pattern was all over her body instead of just the front, because when she turns around, it doesn't look good. You can't see the pattern, the fire pattern in the back. And lastly, we have Ms. Cracker. And I love the dress. I love the nails. I love the shoes. I love everything except that fucking hair. I hate this hair in a way I shouldn't. I shouldn't hate it because it works with the outfit, but I am not here for her being a rectangle girl of the world. I don't like the hair. And I know you guys do. But for me, the hair is just so stupid and I'm not here for it. I think I would like it better if it was, no, there's nothing to make it better. I don't like the hair. I'm just gonna say it. I don't like the fucking hair. I'm not gonna feel bad for not liking the hair. But the actual outfit is really good. Like every aspect of it is pretty good. I mean, it's futuristic, and what else can you ask for? And then we have Mayhem, who is doing a very classic look, but not the most inspired look in my opinion. Like, it's a good look, but I don't think it's really, it makes me worried if this is her best drag. Cause there's some queens that's like, this is not your best drag, but then there's other queens where it's like, maybe this is your best drag. And that worries me. And it could be the possibility for Mayhem, because I see Mayhem have some really good looks, but right now I'm worried that she doesn't have them all. Like, because this is very a part of what she's represented so far in promo, first episode, entrance. Like, it's fine. I love that fabric. I actually really love the blue and the gold pattern together. I think that actually looks really cute, but it's just a little bit too what we've seen a lot of this before, basically, is what I'm trying to say, but I can't form words or sentences because I'm a fucking idiot. Anyways, next is Blair St. Clair. This is cute. It has really good movement. Again, a lot like Mayhem. There's a possibility this is her best look. This is a possibility this is the best look that she has. And I'm also worried for her because I do like Blair a lot. I wasn't expecting to like her as much as I did, but I don't think it's the best. I don't think it's the best look we've seen, but it might be the best that she has. So again, this worries me if this is indeed her best look. And then next we have Cameron, right? I always call her Carmel, but Cameron. I really like this look. I mean, it's fine. Now I'm rethinking it. No, I like it. I really like it. I feel like I need to say something nice about Cameron because I always rag on her for some reason. I think this is a good look. I just want the butterflies to extend more than what it is, because the nude illusion is not a good nude illusion, and I don't think it's supposed to be. But if it's not, then I want the butterflies to cover more than what it is. But this is really cute. This is more in line of like when she's like this. I feel like this should have been her look last episode, because last episode's look was detrimental. It was horrible. Like, it was so bad. But then this one, she really made it work, and I think like she could have easily made this, honestly, from her dollar store challenge. But I'm here for it. Oh, this one. Oh god. So Monet, this is like, I wouldn't even expect a queen to wear this alone on stage. Like, this is something you have underneath your outfit and then you showcase it. You do a reveal into a bodysuit to perform. This, you don't wear this alone, especially with that hair. Like I was honestly, maybe the bar was set too high with their promo, but I was expecting way more from Monet. I really was. It's made by Yua. Well, I mean, it's not a bad bodysuit. It's a fine bodysuit, but it's not her, well, I don't know if it's her best drag, but it's not, compared to this runway, even if I didn't like a good amount of these looks, this one is so simple that it just falls so flat. There is a good tuck in there though. So you're right about that, but still, I'm not a big fan of this performance. This runway. God, where is my head today? Is there anything about, oh wait, the winning team. The winning team was Team Vixen. Oh my god, my head just fucking spun because I was still looking at that bodysuit. The winning team was Team Vixen, which I think was deserved. I really do think they deserved it because there was not as many bad people in their team comparatively, so it was right. But if the other team, if it was based on individuals instead of team based, I really do think Vixen wouldn't have won it all. I think whenever they do like, oh, you're the team, this team won, it's more in line for them to pick the team winner to win the challenge. I mean the team captain, the team leader, to win the challenge instead of who did the best. I personally think Blair did the best. And I think on the other team, Dusty did really good as well. Or even, I don't know, anyone else. Like, I do think a lot of queens did better than Vixen, to be quite honest. And I think she only won because the team won instead. And I don't know how much the team was led by Vixen. Like, in reality, like, I guess we don't see it as much. But I really don't know how much she, like, got the team together. So that means Team Asia is in the bottom, or can be in the bottom, I guess. But before we get into that, let's get into Untucked, because this is the time when Untucked actually happens, and I want to end on the elimination. So the only thing in Untucked that I really care about is when Asia said, y'all don't remember when she came out looking like a sponge? That was the one moment that made me laugh so fucking hard this episode. Not that this episode was bad, but just that it was so fucking funny to me that Asia, like, that, just like me, Asia's never gonna let go that she came out as a fucking sponge, because that was horrendous. Asia saying the part was weak, or their part was easier. I don't really agree. I mean, there is going to be an easier part. That's just the truth. That's just how it works, though. Like, you can't really complain about it. You just really can't complain. And they're not going to take that into consideration. So there's not really much to actually talk about with that. So let's talk about the actual final performance. So Calorie and Eureka are in the bottom. I mean, is anyone surprised? That was the most obvious thing that was going to happen. It was like foreshadowed throughout the entirety of this episode was Eureka and Calorie being in the bottom. And Eureka did really well. And I don't even think there's like much to talk about. Eureka did really well, but it was undermined by the fact that it was kind of just accepted that Calorie was just going to go home no matter what. Like, everyone expected Calorie to go home no matter what, right? No matter what Eureka did, everyone had this feeling that Calorie was going home. And Eureka turned the lip sync. She did really well. She felt that song. She felt that song hard, but she didn't just make it, like, she made it funny even with her emotions. Like, that's what I love about Eureka, is that she can do that. Like, with this moment was so good. Like, it was so funny, but it was also very emotional. But in the end, Calorie went home, which, I mean, we knew if she was in the bottom again, she would go home. Oh my god, those gloves are ugly. You're right. Oh my god, those gloves are not good. Why is she wearing them? I didn't take notice of them before. Oh my god, the Rue statue is really good. I'm just taking notice of a lot of stuff that's happening here. Calorie did do good. Like, Calorie did fine. It was average for Calorie, but it wasn't a battle lip sync. It wasn't a lip sync that, like, you could, you know, discuss and debate over. Like, it's clear. Eureka won, Calorie lost. My one wish, though, when Calorie got eliminated was, because I did love her line, carbs are friends and food. But I wish when Calorie was walking down that runway, she went, Miss Kardashian, Miss Kardashian, Miss Kardashian. I wish she had done that. Because I would have, if you paid tribute to Vanessa, oh my God, that would have been everything to me. I didn't feel that sad about this elimination comparatively to Miss Vanjie, but it was sad because she did have a hard time. Oh, in Untucked, the one shady thing they did in Untucked with the editors is they put her, like, the announcement that she got eliminated before the commercial. So it's like she got eliminated, she's walking back to the workroom, and then they stop it and it's like, Calorie, just breathe, and then they cut to commercial. And I was like, oh my God, did she faint or collapse, or is she having some sort of medical emergency? But no, she's just fucking crying. It's like they were trying to be so fucking shady with that shit. I mean that's what you do. You edit it so before the commercial break you keep watching. But I was like, I'm gonna keep watching. You don't have to be so fucking extra about it. Yeah, I want everyone to say Miss whatever their last name is every time they get eliminated. That would have been everything. Okay, but I think I'm going to end the recording there. But y'all in the stream, you stay for a while. We can chat a little bit longer, but I'm gonna end the recording there. Thank you so much for listening to the live ramblings of a clown. You can follow me at PixelPixelBoom. You can continue the conversation in the comments below. Thank you, Riley G, and all my Patreon patrons for supporting the channel. If you would like to help support the tomfoolery that you are now watching, you can do so at patreon.com/PixelPixelBoom. Link in the description. I love you guys. I will see you guys next time, and remember to have fun. Bye, guys.